All the stories are intimate to the person and not to be discussed or taped to re-traumatize everyone. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, to Everybody Has a Story. The purpose of this show is to provide formerly incarcerated and justice system involved women and men an opportunity to talk about their stories. Their stories with the criminal justice system, medical issues, foster homes, child protection services, Doula services, ReEntry Matters, Family Matters, mental health, and much, much more. So thank you for coming today.
Thank you, thank you.
I want you to introduce yourself and talk about your family, and yes, go ahead.
Well, you know who I am.
I want you to tell the world who you are.
To the world, I'm Theodore Collins, prison system known as TC. But what else you want me to talk about?
Talk about your family. Who's in your immediate family, or who do you consider your immediate family?
Man, I considered a lot of people my immediate family before going to jail, but now it's like the people that's in my household is my immediate family now. You know, because it's like, them is the people that really have your back. Them is the ones that you can call on, the ones you can groom and teach to move, so y'all all moving in unison, you know? Mm-hmm. Everybody else is like, you know, people be having situations, and so my immediate family is my 2 sons, my mother and brothers and sisters, you know what I mean?
Okay. What do you do in your free time?
Man, I don't got too much free time, but I kicks it. You know, I go downtown, something. I ain't been down there often, but I don't know. I just like to chill, you know? It don't take much. Chill with some family members or something.
Okay. What do you do when you feel like you're failing after you have kept trying?
What do? I mean, shit,
You can be you, cuss, fuss, whatever.
Well, what I do is, man, I just dust myself off and go back at it again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of like a perfectionist with so many imperfections, you know, so I always try to perfect something, whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, if I'm trying to save more money, you know, I'll save up, and then I'll go buy a big purchase. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, damn, why I do that, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'll run it up again, you know, and so now I'm on this thing now where it's like, I'm trying to stay in the house. I want to buy stuff that, you know, fills my house up, you know, versus me going out, filling somebody else's pockets up, buying drinks, food, and giving this person gas and valeting here, you know what I'm saying? That's, at the end of the day, you wake up, that's a bunch of empty ass time, you know what I mean? Unless you celebrating something.
Right.
So,
okay.
You just dust yourself off and I guess go back at it. I don't believe in failing. I just believe that shit didn't work. That didn't work that time.
Right.
You know? But
one door closed could be another door open right down the street.
And that's how it's been for me, for real. That's how it's been for me. My whole life, like something will close down and it'd be like, you'll recognize it, and sometimes it may play on you, like on your conscience and your daily thoughts, and the kind of, maybe you can even slip into a little bit of depression, but eventually you realize it and
come up out of that.
And keep it moving.
Don't stay in that spot.
Right.
Never stay in that spot.
Right.
What do you want out of life?
Money, good health, and happiness. You know what I'm saying? For me and the people around me. That's it.
All right. What is your definition of happy?
Man, I don't know if I've been asked that before. My definition of happiness is like, it's just, I guess I don't know if I can give a definition or more of a feel. It's the way it looks. for me,
However
it's
you
like,
want to describe it.
It's like feeling complete, you know, being satisfied with what you have in that moment, you know, and embracing it. For me, that's what happiness is. Like, when I embrace who I am, the things that I have going, like, I'm happy, you know. It's when I try to look at other people's situations, or be in comparison, or be in this little lightweight competitions, when I think I lose my happiness. It's like, nah, I'm naturally a happy nigga though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like 98% of the time, I laugh before fights. I smile before ass whoopings. You know what I'm saying? I'm just naturally like smooth and easy going. So that's my happiness. As long as I can be like that, you know, I ain't yelling and stuff.
Right,
That ain't my element.
Bringing up your blood pressure for no reason. Like, yeah, that was not worth it. So,
Right.
So, what is your special gift to the world?
Oh man, love.
Talk more about that. What does that mean?
I feel like my love for myself and just people is like the best, because I'm able to diffuse so many situations, and I also get pulled into a lot of situations when I'm around. That puts me in a position to neutralize shit, or kind of see my love allows me to see shit from both sides, not just one way. You know what I mean?
There is not one way.
There's not just one way. So I feel like that's my gift to the world is love, because I always approach every situation I try to with love and respect. You know what I mean? And I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm good.
Right. So your love is your gift.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What do you do to best advocate for yourself when you need something done? If the person is just not hearing you and you're trying to figure out, I need this problem to be taken care of, but it's unique to me in my situation. How do you advocate that?
I mean, to myself, or are you saying to the world?
To the whatever. Well, you have to, when you're asking for help from someone, or you need something, whether you're asking the universe for it,
Right.
how do you advocate to other people and say that this is my need and I need it to be met?
I don't know. I don't know. Prayer, man. I feel like prayer works a lot. Prayer is like my best advocate, man. Sometimes I just speak things into the world, you know, and that's just my best advocate. Like, I'll tell anybody, like, man, you know, I am who I am. You get what you get from me, but I also do believe in prayer. I feel like prayer helped me out in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I was incarcerated too. Prayer helped me out a lot. So that's my best advocate for myself. And that, you know what I mean? If you want to pray to God, if you want to pray to the trees, if you want to pray to
Well,
I
pray to God.
Whoever
Who do you
it is
pray
that you
to?
feel like
I'm
brings that
asking
best.
you.
Yeah, I pray to God, but you know,
Yeah, I feel
everybody
you.
may not be.
And I'm not asking. We're not asking that. We're not asking that. Everybody has their own unique selves. I never want to put my values upon someone else and insert myself in places, because you know what? At the end of the day, if you do, that's not authentic and that's not of God. So therefore, I never push myself on nobody else.
Never.
So yeah, but that's a good way to advocate for yourself. And if you needed to lean on the shoulder of someone in the community, I'm talking about besides prayer, how do you get your voice heard as a man, as a black man in today's world? How do you get your voice heard?
I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like this right here is an opportunity for my voice to be heard.
Yes.
And any time that I'm in a position that I feel like there's something that needs to be said, because I'll speak on any subject. You know what I mean? If it's something that I feel in my heart, you know what I mean, I'll speak on it. If not, you know, it's in one ear out the other. But I feel like if I'm presented an opportunity, or the opportunity presents itself, I'll speak on it. Like if we're down at the Urban League and people are voting and they're asking their opinion on the community, I'll definitely be one of the first men to jump on that camera and say, hey, this is how I feel about this, or this is how I feel about that, you know. So just I guess being open, and I don't even really have no real crutches to.
So you just do business on your own, is what you're saying?
I do, and I guess I haven't crossed over.
And that's that.
Yeah, for real, because I feel like all I got is me. But I don't feel like I haven't crossed over into that realm yet of life where I need my voice and my view to be heard. So right now I'm just grinding. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I demonstrate through my actions and my ways what I would like to see in the community, or what I would like to see happen. You know what I mean? So right, that's what I just do, just demonstrate right now. Hopefully one day I do get a platform where I can speak on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
And be heard.
Real.
You know.
What do you do to meditate?
Oh man. You know what we do.
You said you pray.
I definitely pray.
Do you take walks? Do you?
Man, I just chill, man. I could be anywhere and meditate. I'm so easy going. It's like I could smoke a little joint or something when I am smoking, and I could just sit there and chill and just get lost in my thoughts and prayer. Yeah, I could be in the car, go for a walk, or just anywhere. I could be laying in my bed and meditate. I try to get it in 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's prayer and just chilling.
Cool. How did you and I meet?
High school, I believe. Years ago.
Yeah, that was
4 or 5 years ago.
That was like
4 or 5 of them. Man, it's been a long time.
19 years ago.
It ain't been that long.
It is. My son is 19.
For real?
Yeah. 19.
Hold on, let me do some math real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. 2000.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about when I graduated. I'm like, no, you didn't meet her when you graduated.
Right.
Right, so yeah.
19 years ago. My son was born in 2000.
Yeah.
And it's 2019.
I seen him, I was like, gosh, damn, time flies. He's such a big kid.
Yeah.
Looks real smart.
Yeah.
Doesn't look cliche, like the typical, young 19-year-old boy. Like he got his mind right, I was proud when I seen that too. I was like, damn, man, I'm still around here, It's been that long.
It's been 19 years. Yeah. That was we was youngins.
I know, I was young.
I used to get on our pregnancy school bus.
Who
with
did?
your cousin. You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You was like, if you missed the bus or something, or you be spending the night at her house, you used to get on the bus with her and Malaya. And
oh, for real?
Yes, you did. You, her, and Malaya, and y'all used to ride the bus with us up to North.
Damn.
Yeah. Yes.
If you never said that, I would never remembered that.
Right, exactly. I know.
Because I still don't even remember it. But when you said Malaya, I already know you speaking on Mary.
Yes.
Malaya, that's my baby.
Yes. You used to ride the bus with them sometimes.
Yeah, damn. That's...
On the pregnancy bus. Like, I need a ride. But we getting to school, though, right?
By any means.
We getting to school. So how do people receive your story when you tell your story about going inside of the penitentiary? And I want you how did they receive it? Detail. And when I say they, as in the community, as in your family members, your friends, how do they receive it from you?
People was like in disbelief, kind of like in shock, for real, like you know. And then some people, they hadn't seen me in so long until they see me on the news, and then like I'm in Cub Foods the same day they see me on the news, or the next day. That's like, that was everybody's approach, like dude, I just seen you on the news today. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And then like my son's grandma, my baby mom's mom, and dad was like, they was watching it, and then they come downstairs, and then I'm downstairs in their living room, because I had bailed out a few days later. People didn't even know I was in, and I bailed out. A lot of people was just in shock and in disbelief. You know, before I even went in, there's like, damn, you didn't call the case, and then I got indicted by the feds, you know, for armed robbery. You know, it's like, dang,
Right.
this is a bit much. Okay, yeah, we got caught on the scene pretty much. But then the feds picked it up. It was like, that was a whole nother ball game for me. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. That was crazy. Then going inside.
So we're gonna get to that. So you said your baby's mom's mom and dad came downstairs, and what was their response when they seen you?
They just was looking at me. I didn't know they was upstairs watching the news. We were waiting on them to bring the keys down.
Yeah.
So we could leave. We was actually outside, and was like, man, what's taking your dad so long? I gotta work in the morning. And she was like, yeah. So he came down. He was just looking across the seat, because we pulled up. He comes to the driver window, and of course she's driving at the time. And he was just looking at me and shit. I was like, and then he calls her once we pulls off, and she was kind of talking in code, like she didn't really want to elaborate. And then she gets off the phone, she tells me, she's like, yeah, they was upstairs watching you on the news. Like, that's what took them so long. They was discussing it, like, this is my son-in-law.
Right.
At the time, yeah. But I mean, I could laugh at it now, but back then, boy, that shit was, it was stressful.
Yeah.
It was stressful,
so,
man.
Let's get into that, and I want you to go into details. I mean, like, extensive details as much as you are comfortable, right?
Yeah.
But I want you to tell me about your story with the criminal justice system. If you could walk us down the situation. You do not have to put anybody else in it. Just, we're talking about you and your involvement. If it incorporates other people, please leave their names out, because I don't like to talk about people when they're not present. That's just not, if they want to come on the show, please, by all means, tell them, hit me up.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love that as an opportunity, okay?
Okay.
So I want you to walk us through the charge, your court, and then your journey through the system. Walk us through that. Give us a visual.
Well, it was an armed robbery charge, and I was a driver, but my pistol was used in the case. And basically, man, we just, we was young, and I was with the ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wasn't with it. I was with it, but I lived a double life almost. Like, I worked, and then,
Did your street life?
I had a little street life, but I wasn't into it. Like, there was some people that's 24/7. Like, no, I got to get up at 4 a.m. So I had a cutoff point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so anyways, my cousin and I, he decided it was something that he had, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm with it. Really, he just wanted to borrow my gun. I'm like, nah, I don't really want you to take my gun out my sight, because this is legit.
Yeah.
This is a legit thing, And so I ended up going with him. He was like, man, I'm finna go in here. I'm like, dang, you ain't really... But anyways, my loyalty kept me there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, damn, we here. Go ahead. We here. That's really my most genuine thought at that moment that I can recall. So anyways, Cuz went and did his thing, come out. On his way out, police had got a call basically stating that there was a car, a suspicious vehicle. You know, I got an old school car at the time, old school truck, and this motherfucker humming, you know, big motor, and you can hear this motherfucker when it's just sitting outside your house. So somebody called police, there was a suspicious vehicle in the neighborhood. Boom, so as soon as my cousin do his thing, he comes running out the store, and boom, as soon as he hops in the store, as soon as he hops in my car, I seen cherries behind us. Like, for me, that shit make your heart drop. It's like, nah, this ain't real.
Right.
This can't be no cherries behind me right now.
Right.
There can't be no love behind me.
Not right now. Right.
So boom, you know, I pulled over. He didn't even know what we was on. So he just got a call about suspicious vehicle. So he's like, what y'all doing over here? You know, he was, you know how they be, two brothers in the hood.
Yeah.
I mean, in this in this environment, we ain't even in the hood. We out in the suburbs.
Right.
And so he was really like adamant about finding out why we was out here, what we was doing. What, you know, it's like, man, dude, what you know, what you at the window for?
Right.
What you want?
Exactly.
So I was like, we can't be out here. He was like, what's your ID? Give him his ID. Give him my ID, and he run my insurance. He come back, he's still on the same ish. Like, what y'all doing out here? So that's when a little call came through. Such and such has been robbed. You know, they giving a description. Instantly, he draw his pistol out, and he's like, he turned into, you know, to a cop, a super cop. Now he was already on that racist cop. That's how I felt. Like, what y'all doing out here?
Right.
We can't be out here?
Right.
So now he's on super cop. He's, you know, he didn't stumbled on a robbery. You know, that looked good for him. You know what I mean?
Mount up.
You know, he thirsty with it.
Tough stuff now.
He, you know, pulls out the car. We go to jail. 4 or 5 days later, we bail out. But, you know.
So, when he pulled you out the car and when he took you to the booking, were they properly handling you, or did you have any issues with that situation whatsoever?
As far as I can remember, they did what they do.
What is that
they get you out? I mean, when he pulled me out the car, he just kept. At the time, it was so crazy. All I had in my pocket was like a little Bible, just a little small ass Bible that I used to read on my leisure time when I'd be just parked and chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just pull out my Bible, I read a couple pages, boom. But this particular reason, on this day, all I had was my little Bible, and I was using it as a wallet. I had my ID and my gun permit in there, just stuffed in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And shit, he kept fumbling through. I'm like, man, listen, man, whatever you're looking for is not in this little Bible. So he kept fumbling through it, just kept opening it, taking it out of my pocket, putting it back in there. And he took me down to the station and was like, he did the regular tight handcuffs, you know, have you sit in the back of the car while they searching, so you locked up, like you doing this and you steady trying to hope you hoping they don't find that gun and that money.
Oh man.
But yep, so I went through that whole thing, and then eventually they took us down there, questioned us, and then took us to Ramsey County. By this point, I'm just begging for a bed. You know what I'm saying? I just want to lay down. Like, damn, I got to work in the morning. I ain't going to work. So where's the bed at? We'll get, fuck it. It is what it is. You know, get up the next morning, eat breakfast. And then a nigga in St. Paul had robbed that armory truck. I don't know if you remember that. The armory guy came in with a little ATM money, and dude held him up. So I'm sitting there eating at the table, been locked up for probably about a few hours, about 8 hours. And I'm watching this nigga on the news. He done held this dude up and got away with $75,000. I'm like, damn, this ain't looking good for us, man. They seeing this shit. I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
I made my first phone call, let my family know what was up. And, you know, a few days later, I went to bail hearing. They gave me a bail hearing. Shit, I pawned every goddamn thing I had to get up out of there, man. TVs, coats.
Maybe even
I
you.
can't, man, listen, I came home to nothing, man. I had my furniture in my bed. I'm like, I'm cool with that,
Right,
you know?
right.
But shit, I got up out that jam and I was able to, after a while, I was out on bail and I was bringing this dude because my bail was $70,000 and I had to pay $7,000. You know what I'm saying? I think we came up with probably like 4 or 5 of that. You know what I'm saying? So I dude at the Bells Bonds was like, "Will you just bring me $100 every week or whenever you get paid?" So a couple weeks went by, I'm bringing him his $100, and then I got a knock at the door. I'm like, "Damn, don't nobody never knock at my door. Nobody. I like for you to call first." So some said, "Who?" I normally just go to the peephole. Yeah, who is it? And it's like, "Sheriff's Department." I'm like, damn. I'm paranoid now. And come to find out, the state had gave my case to the federal, to the FBI, the ATF. So they came, indicted me. I'm like, damn, I'm shook up because I'm like, damn, I'm out on bail. I don't been all of my court appearances.
Right.
I'm like, man, I can't go my paperwork. And they showed me a picture from when I was 19. I went to jail at Snow Foods. And I'm like, man, that's not me. I'm looking at this motherfucker. I got an afro, a little nappy beard growing in. Yeah. And I'm like, man, that's not me. That's not me. I'm about like 40 pounds bigger. I just had a son. I'm like, man, that's not me. And I looked at them, I was like, damn, that is me. It's like, yeah, so you coming with us. Took me down, and that's when my case went federal. And there was a good thing that happened out of that because now I don't have to pay that. I don't have to pay that dude that $100 every 2 weeks. But now for sure I'm going to prison now because the feds got a 90% conviction rate. So when they get their hands on you, you know, you finna go sit down. You finna go do something. Ain't no, yeah, he got probation, nigga. How?
Right.
Now how you get probation on the
right.
feds? You know what I mean?
Right.
But after that, I fought it for a year, man. I fought it for a year. And I just played the role of the square nigga from the hood, you know what I'm saying? I drive school bus.
You played the role, or that's who you were?
I mean, that's who I am, but that's who I am. I really had to embody that.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you did graduate from high school. Right. You did graduate from college, you know what I mean? You do have a son that you take care of. Your baby mama and your son live with you. Right. You know, those are the things that I wasn't seeing right before my eyes that let me go out and even let my cousin
manipulate.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't even say he manipulated me, but just at this age now, I got this aura about me. People know, nigga, you can't act. There's certain things you can and cannot ask me. Yeah. You can look me in my eyes and tell, like, I can't ask him that or I can't say that to him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I didn't have that. You know, I got that now. You can look at me like, nigga, you know, don't call me, ask you nothing. Don't ask me to do nothing.
None of that.
Don't even call me, ask me for a ride. Nigga, why are you 30 and you don't got a car? What are you doing? Right. So it's just like, I didn't have that about me, but now I do now. You know, so that was a blessing out of that. So that's what I embody now. Like, nigga, who are you now? You know, what do you want? But there's so many things. That's why this show is a blessing for me, or just this interview. It's a blessing because it brings out all those thoughts, because when you're in jail, you have so many thoughts about who you want to be, how you want to change from that person. But then you get presented back to this same environment where the same shit is taking place, either at a higher level or the same level or a lower level or at an extreme level. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, what do you do now? Who are you for real now? For real, for real. Because you can be that, oh man, it's Sunday, man, we're going to church, brother. In jail. Oh man, did you read your scriptures today, brother? In jail. You know what I'm saying? Did you go for your walk? Did you say your prayer? In jail. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when you get out now, this shit's like, niggas ain't asking like, damn, cuz who got some weed? You know? Or where they hiring at? Niggas ain't. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Niggas ain't thinking about so much as walking right. You know what I mean? Right. When you're in jail, you thinking about your steps. you thinking about how you move, and even when you go into the shower, you thinking how you move. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you ain't out here. We ain't thinking about that. There's so much shit coming our way. We don't slow
have
down.
time to stop.
So that's why, like,
about
this
that.
show right here is like, this is a blessing. It's an opportunity for a nigga to self-reflect, even if it's only for an hour.
For real.
Because we won't take that hour to really reflect, nigga. You was in jail for 6 years.
Yes, and so that's what my question was gonna be. You did 6 years.
Yeah.
And is that total including probation after?
No, I'm still on probation. So like, it's gonna be like 10 years if I do, because I got sentenced to 7 years in prison. Mandatory minimum of 7. It was the judge couldn't come underneath that.
Right.
And then I got 3 years probation, so I'm sentenced to 7. I did 6 years. I did 5 years in the joint, and I did 7 months in the halfway house on Lake Street. This big ass ankle bracelet on. This motherfucker tell your every move.
So after you got out of the feds, you went to a halfway house and still had to be on house arrest?
Yeah.
For 7 months?
Yeah.
Did you have to pay for that?
Hell yeah, you have to pay 25% of your of what you gross.
Of what you gross?
Before taxes.
Before taxes?
Man, I was paying them people like $1,200 a month. I was paying somebody mortgage there. You know what I'm saying?
For them to supervise you while you were already in a supervised facility.
Yep. I'm paying these people like, cause of, shit, let me think, 25%.
Did you know that was gonna be what the situation was gonna be when you went through
you know,
trial
I went through
or whatnot?
No, when you going through trial, like, nah.
I mean, at the end, I'm sorry.
At the end of my...
They sentenced you. Did you know that you were gonna do, you knew you were gonna do 6 years, but did you know after you got done with the 6 years that you were gonna be going to a transitional program with house arrest too? They laid all that out?
No, they ain't lay all that out. They ain't tell me I was gonna have to wear that GPS. You know what I'm saying? Until I got there. And then they was like, yeah, you gotta wear this bracelet.
And so, because you didn't foresee you even having to pay income out of your pocket.
Oh, I knew that. They said that because...
Well, once you got it, but that's what I'm saying. They didn't tell you were gonna get your bracelet.
Oh, no, they ain't tell me I was gonna get the bracelet.
Which incorporates this cost.
No, but you ain't paying for the bracelet. You just paying to live there.
Oh, to live at the facility.
Yeah, to live at that facility.
Okay.
So every nigga that gets out the joint is... You're
expected to get a job.
Yeah, you're expected to get a job.
And then expected to pay in a place where you don't even choose to live. They're telling you have to live there.
You got to be on 9 o'clock. You can't go to the malls of America and stuff like that. There's certain places you just can't even go. Even though you got the GPS on it, they know your exact location at all times. But you know, I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do. Man, I still did everything I wanted to do.
Right.
I did everything I wanted to do, you know, with the bracelet on and everything.
Right, but you did it in such a manner where you weren't back in trouble or where the red light was on you.
Yeah, the red light got on me at the end. My last 20-some days, it was this one female, she was poking with me. And I got off work early, and I was supposed to go to LA Fitness and work out, then go home. And I got off work earlier, like 2 hours early, and I went to the gym, and I wasn't supposed to be at the gym until 4, and I got there at like 2 o'clock. So she called me like, where you at? I'm like, why, what's up? She's like, where are you? I'm like, what's up? What you want? What you need to know? What you getting at? So then she was like, where are you? It says you're not at work. I'm like, I'm not at work. I'm at the gym. She turned that into a big deal. They tried to send me back for that. But then it was like, this dude been out for 6 months. He ain't had no infractions. He ain't tested dirty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't, you know what I mean? He barely here. And at the time, the brothers had the halfway house so hot, you know, doing what they was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I was able to skate right through them because they had so much attention on them. I was able to skate right through it, you know, and still do what I want to do. Still enjoy my freedom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But paying was a mother lover. But then eventually you get off of the paying, and then they dropped me down to like paying 10%, which was cool. And eventually they let me go home too.
Yeah.
Let me move out into my own place.
Did that feel like it was preparing you to go out and pay for things of your own self, or what do you feel that did to you as a human being, making you pay for somewhere where you don't even choose to be? Was it a helpful situation? What?
Man, it's more frustrating, man. It's more frustrating than anything, because it's like, damn, every week I'm going to get these people a $300-something money order. You know what I'm saying?
That you could be using to take care of your family.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was more frustrating. You can't see the works in it because you be too busy trying to fight the process.
Right.
You know what I mean? All the process is you earn $1,200, or you earned $1,000, and you owe us $250 of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that's before you even take out the taxes. So now you're looking at this check and you're looking at what was $1,000 is what you made, but now after taxes you got about like $750, and you got to get $250 to add up.
It's tight.
You know what I mean?
It's tight.
You know, so it's hard for you to see like these people are disciplining you to take 25% of your check every week to put up for your rent or for your mortgage or for your car note. You know what I'm saying? Every month. You can't see that because you're like, damn, these motherfuckers, and you got mice running around this motherfucker.
Can't eat what I want to, can't be comfortable, it's nasty. I gotta be around these other ruthless people who don't really care.
You know, some of them, I can't say them niggas didn't care, but it's
some of them.
You know, some, for the ones that don't care, it's like, you see it, the bathrooms are nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to the point where I was like, man, I'm going to the best LA Fitness in Minneapolis, which I felt like was the one in Uptown right there, Calhoun Square, and I'm showering there. I had a locker there with new socks and drawers in there. I had that locker on there for about a year. They just cut that bad boy off because I stopped going. Started going and working out elsewhere, or not working out at all. But I mean, it's a lot of blessings in it all, but it's hard when you right in
the thick of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see past that.
No, you don't.
You don't.
And sometimes you don't even want to. It's like, fuck it. You get in that mode where just everything just becomes agitating, and that's what shit gets.
Because that's the aura that you're in. Yeah.
Everybody else is like, fuck it. You can't be this only jolly motherfucker.
Well, you can, but it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, when you are a positive source, negative also draws to you.
Yeah.
And so because when you are that positive source, you got to combat that negative energy as best as possible, however that works for you.
And there was some guys in there that showed me a lot of stuff, man, that got me together, man. Showed me a lot of stuff about some etiquette and stuff. Some Minnesota niggas that because I started off kind of rough. My time was kind of rough in the beginning. Yeah. Because I didn't know the rules.
Right.
I didn't know the etiquette that came with it. Not that everybody follows the rules and has etiquette, but there is a certain rule of order.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the Minnesota niggas showed me, like, this is what you gotta do. This is what you can't do. This is what you gotta do. This is what you can't do.
Right.
You know? And that stuff really actually prepared me for now. You know what I'm saying? For now, that's why I really don't have problems, I feel like, with people in the free worlds, because it's like you come with that prison and it's respect, excuse me, thank you, appreciate that. I see something, I don't see it, I mind my own business. You bring that shit out here, and then you come with love every time, you don't really have no problems. You know what I'm saying?
Try to stay clear of the extra, any type of bad juju. Stay away from that, because you never know what someone else's intentions are when you might be hopping in the car with them, or them hopping in the car with you. Yeah, so you gotta. I kind of feel like I'm in full disclosure with people that I deal with. Like, look, I have certificates that I'm proud of. I have things that I went to college I'm proud of. I have books that I've written that I'm proud of. Those type of things speak volumes about who I am. So if you get in my car, if you come to my space, if you come to my anything, we got to make sure that we on the same wavelength.
Oh yeah,
because you know,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, If we not and something happens, I'm telling you, I'm telling on you.
Right.
I'm not standing up for that. Because of the simple fact that I got 5 me's out here. You feel me? 5 of them.
Yeah.
And them without me is a big, big problem. So that's how I've always I'd be like, oh, y'all finna go do that? I'm gonna go over there. And also because I've seen things happen. Like, I remember one time me and my friends was into it with somebody, right? And I wasn't really with this. I was just like, I'm gonna ride with them. So they go.
Always be a motherfucker like that.
They go and they spray paint somebody's car, right? And it was a white car, and they spray painted with red, and bam. But the spray paint, guess whose spray paint it was? It was my spray paint. So we go ride with them.
So you guilty by association.
Period. So I'm like, I'm laughing, ha 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 ha, right? I get home, I walk up my stairs, I see 2 little black figures go, boom. I'm like, what is this? It's my daughters. I had just bought some acrylic paint and some spray paint.
Mm-hmm.
They painted my brown leather couch. They painted my counters in my kitchen. They painted they self. They painted their hair. And I'm like, I could not do anything but laugh because I just came from going with somebody to spray paint somebody else's car. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we as people, we be ready to do stuff not knowing the circumstances that's going to come behind that, the karma that's going to come right back and bite you in the butt.
Or not only that, we do know the karma.
And don't care.
And we choose to ignore all the signs.
Yep.
You know, that's a part of what we have too, though. This wanting to feel accepted, or just wanting to be down for a cause.
For the cause,
shit.
right? And it's nothing.
Ain't
nothing. You're not gonna gain nothing from that. And matter of fact, you know internally that's not even really who you are.
Right. Exactly.
That's really not who you are. You know when it's not authentic.
I've been in that situation.
Yeah, I have too.
You know, this ain't what I do. You know.
Right.
Oh, this is what I do. I love it.
Right.
It just all depends.
It does depend. So, if you could change one law, just one, you get to change one law, what would it be and why? One law.
It's that mandatory minimum shit. I was affected by that. I seen a lot of guys affected by this mandatory minimum that doesn't allow the judge no room to do his job. Because the judge in my case was like, for your case, I wanted to give you 3 years or less for your involvement. Then he's looking at my background. And he's just like, you know, I can't do nothing though.
Right.
Because the prosecutor had it out for me.
He could have, but...
I mean, he could have, but it's like he gonna stick his neck out for me?
Right, and of course they'll make it like it's a pity party thing. Well, I want to do this for you, but the law says. But you're the judge. You make the ultimate decision.
Right.
Once you stamp that gravel, it's over.
And see what it does is it ties their hands up, and because what would the judge look like going against the prosecutor every time?
If right is right and wrong is wrong, that means you go up against that prosecutor. I know there's prosecutors for a reason, but that don't mean throw somebody under the jail when you know they don't deserve that.
Man, they ain't doing that. So that's why I would
they ain't doing it.
I mean, even though he has the power, I would like for it to be a law where he can stand, because it's like a president, the commander-in-chief of the United States. He can go pardon anybody he wants out of prison, how many ever times he wants to. They probably got this number where they like to say, well, if you're going to do it. But who makes or
breaks that? If someone shouldn't be sitting in there, they shouldn't be sitting in there, flat out.
They still won't do it unless it's a law that says, hey, you know what? We're going to abolish this mandatory minimum thing. Because you really putting because judges, they want to leave with this perfect record. You got these prosecutors that want to leave with this, you know, I got 2,000 convictions under my belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All niggas and, you know, brothers of color.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they want that. That's what they want to be their legacy. This is what they, this is what the
They're
world
in
has
it
come
for.
Yeah, conforming to believe like this is what you're doing this shit for. Super Bowl, you going for the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want the ring. That's why you play
I'm
all
the top
16.
commander in chief. If
You know what I mean?
10 black females and 20 black men. We're gonna, instead of enslaving them by willfully enslaving them, we're gonna put them in the penitentiary and take away their rights.
Give you 12 cents an hour. Pay you once a month. You know what I'm saying? And then charge you up the ass for phone calls. And everything on the commissary is, you can't get nothing on the commissary for what you earn in jail for 12 cents an hour.
Right. If you ain't got family outside, it's tight.
You in there ironing clothes. You in there washing clothes. You in there cooking for brothers, stealing out the kitchen, whatever you can to survive. And that don't put money on your account.
Right. Still ain't enough.
This is
to
prison
survive.
money. Yeah, exactly. So if you ain't got no family, you was a piece of shit to these people and your friends out here, then it might be tight for you in there. Or you might be having to do some strange things for some change.
Or get a pen pal.
You're gonna have to do something.
So, what is your motivation and intention for this project of Everybody Has a Story? Why did you come today?
For real, prayerfully, I was hoping that somebody would see it and feel anything positive. Whatever it is that you choose to feel, I can't say what I wanted them to feel. I just wanted them take something from it.
Yeah.
Like, I had good job, a nice little apartment, couple cars. I had a son. I didn't have a speeding ticket on my record. I graduated high school and college. I didn't have no felonies. I had a few disorderly conducts, fighting downtown or pissing downtown. I had stuff like that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And for them people to come at me the way they did was like, I ain't tripping now because I made it through, but they ain't gonna play fair. They ain't gonna be like, okay, this brother, was raised with his mom and dad. Went to church every Sunday. That wasn't the case for me, but I'm saying they can see all these good qualities about you and your background, your family, and they won't give two fucks about it when it comes time to putting you down for something, that we can avoid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Crimes, it's gonna always happen. There's always gonna be some crimes. But some of the shit that we go through as black men, we can avoid some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We can avoid some of it. And so I'm hoping that somebody just give your best effort in life to where you ain't going behind bars. So I'm telling you, you're gonna lose your hair. Most of them niggas don't come out with a full head of hair. You're gonna be great in a motherfucker. Your wife or your girlfriend that you have, your relationship with your children, all that shit is gone. And you can repair those things. You can get those things back, but you can't get those times back.
Right.
My son was 3 months old when I went to prison, and I got out. This nigga was 5, finna be 6. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I spent his whole life in prison. And they didn't care about none of that. So it's like, we got to make our best decisions. You know what I'm saying? At being the best us.
At all costs.
Because shit. And we gotta stick together. We gotta learn to love each other more.
Man, and support each other more.
Love and support each other more. Because if we could do that, man, I go down south, man. Listen.
It's so much love and support.
It's so much love and support. I'll be like, damn, I'll be down there with my shirt off and shit.
I was just talking about that yesterday. I'm like, I go to other places like Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Philly, all that. I see our people everywhere, united, working together, talking respectfully. Hey, sis. Hey, bro. You look nice today. All that stuff. And I'm like, but it don't.
And it's normal, too.
It's
It's not he trying to shoot at me.
It's authentic. It's authentic. It's not, you talking to me? Yeah, no, it's not that.
Right.
It's real authentic, love and respect for our own people. But here, I'm like, Come on, I can't get people to come to my groups. They free.
Yeah.
I can't get people to come on this podcast.
You got me.
I got you. But I'm just saying, it's rare and few and far in between. And nobody is, I'm not trying to outdo anybody. This is my own thing.
Right, yeah.
And if somebody else has something going on, I would love to find out how they do it so that I can support them too. That's just the type of person I am.
Right.
But us in the community of North Minneapolis, black folks, it's so much competition that does not need to happen.
Yeah.
It needs to end. Like, I don't know how.
It's like, okay, Shanika opening up her spot. Everybody, we going to her spot today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks, such and such finna open up his little barbershop.
Exactly. Go over there, check that out.
We're gonna shoot up there, check that out. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't get your kids' haircut, you know, whatever,
Just
we're gonna give a donation
support.
or support. Be out there, you know what I mean? See how can you help?
Exactly.
You know, and that was I learned a lot of that from being in jail, because it's like, when I came in, they was like, hey homie, where you from? Oh, I'm from Minnesota. Oh, your Minnesota guys over there. So now you're a gang within a gang, a bunch of gangs in this prisons. Like so I'm kicking it with my Minnesota guys, and you learn to, okay, when you go to the store, you need to ask everybody, hey, you good, you straight? You know what I'm saying? A nigga be like, man, can you give me some coffee the next week? Wait till my bread to hit or whatever. And you learn to share that love. At first I didn't do it, but you know, there was a couple guys, Minnesota niggas, like, man, this is how we do things. And then it's already in my nature to love my own people. It's already in our nature. We're the only ones in jail that let anybody come in our TV room, but then you go in the white boy TV room and they like this. Even though, yeah, motherfucker, I'm in here.
Right.
But we the only one. We'll look back at you like, yeah. You can sit right there, homie, and keep watching the show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, he ain't coming back for a while. You can sit in the chair.
Right.
We cool like that.
Exactly.
So we got so much love, but we just like, we ain't taught how to express it, and then we ain't taught how to receive it. Because this girl just gave me a ride here. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I'm going to cash out you some money. She was like, no. But I'm like, your light is on, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? She was and she was like, honestly, I just don't know how to receive gifts.
Yeah.
I'm so used to doing everything for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you know.
Right. Accept this and keep it moving.
Yeah, and keep it moving,
right,
baby.
and be like, hey, thank you.
You know, you ain't dealing with no bum ass nigga.
For
period,
real, real. That's real. What does acceptance and equality mean to you?
It means love, shit, for real. And I feel like that's the definition of black people. We just don't even know that shit. Like, we got so much acceptance. Like, we really don't care if you gay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us we don't care if you gay. We don't care if
your choices are your choices.
Yeah,
that's your business. You got to deal with that.
You Asian.
Right.
We don't care if you white. We don't care if you a Democrat or man, listen, man, as long as you in here on some smooth, cool, respectful, loving shit, we don't care. And I feel like acceptance and what's the other word?
Equality.
Equality, that's like black. That's black people. But it's like, when we gotta embody that shit first. Cause like, we have that in abundance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We'll see somebody's kid run down the street like, oh, such and such, they ain't bought that baby. And then we'll buy this kid some shoes, cause they live next door and we notice they got this baby out here. And we do shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. We do shit like that. White people don't, and other races, they won't understand it, because they only show us, you know, doing with that violent shit. You know what I'm
sometimes,
saying?
I mean, you have some allies that will come and be safe for you, but you know,
we have to demonstrate that shit ourselves.
We definitely,
we
within
no
our own, we don't, but we do need people to come behind us and, you know what I'm saying, support us. We do need that. That is important.
And that's what Malcolm X talked about in his book, was like, he said, just one girl followed me she caught a plane. I think this dude was in, I forgot where he was at, but she caught a plane and went back to the spot where he used to be at. And she was like, I followed you from such and such and such and such all the way to here. And I just want to know, what can I do to help? And he said, nothing. And he said he regretted that by the end of the book. He said he regretted that. He said he regretted telling her, he's like, there is something you can do to help establish your shit over there, and let us black people establish our shit over here together. And you can support us from over there, but we don't want your money, because then we become your puppets. You know what I mean? You keep all that shit over there and let us see the strength in our numbers. Let us see the strength in our abilities and the gifts that we have.
Yes.
So then we know our strengths.
Yes.
We know that we was kings and queens. Because a lot of people don't even know like that we was real kings and queens. We was real rulers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you never know that, all you know is white people is judges, white people is cops,
white people educators
is our teachers. That's all you gonna know. You ain't gonna be like, damn man, we was teachers. A black person taught another black person how to read.
Right.
It wasn't the white man that taught us how to read.
Right.
You know what I mean? They might have been past sneaking us books, but we was teaching each other how to read.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But,
well, our final question is, what is success to you?
oh man, success is like in the eyes of the beholder, man. Because I'm cool with having a little financial freedom and not having to worry about no bills every month, and getting up, taking my kids to school and picking them up into basketball practice. That's my success. My definition of success was just those simple things, you know. But it's all in your definition.
Yes, it is.
But just don't let it be. We shouldn't let it be so materialistic.
Consume you.
Yeah. Success shouldn't be based on the materials.
Oh, definitely. Success can be things that you do to support yourself and what you feel is a success. It doesn't have to be monetary wise at all. Matter of fact, money shouldn't be the reason for it. Your success. Success should be feeling accomplished by the things that you feel in life were destined for you.
Like I don't have to get up and punch a clock. I can actually get up and cook breakfast for my sons.
Exactly.
And take them little dudes to school. And I don't have to rush right from there to work.
Exactly.
I can go work
success.
out. You know what I mean? I can go pick them up from school. They don't have to ride the city bus.
Exactly.
You know, they don't have to wait for their mom or whenever she decides she wants to get off or whatever the case may be.
Whatever it is.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That would be considered my success. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate your time. I thank you for giving the world a great story. I myself personally do have opportunities for other people to come on and talk about their stories as well. So if you know somebody, make sure they hit me up. If you out there have an interest in coming on and talking about your story, and that's whatever, any criminal justice involved, come and speak about that. And you can reach me at Everybody Has a Story live podcast show at gmail.com. So you see the label up there, it's Everybody Has a Story live podcast show at gmail.com. Otherwise, catch us here next time when we have another story to capture. Make sure that you do good things out there, support the community, be there for our people, have opportunities, host shows, pop-up shops, whatever you have to do to fulfill the desires of what our community needs to uplift and be a better community. We need it, we're asking for it, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.